Inhale, extend it back. Good.
Lift the heart up. Big inhale, reach the hands over the head.
All of your weight towards your fingertips, opening into your chest.
Try not to force it. Be patient with this one. Breathe in to lengthen and extend. Breathe out to soften.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another live session with Yogi Approved and YA classes. My name is Alba Avella. I am so excited and grateful to be moving with you today. I'm going to give everyone a chance, as always, to get their space set up, roll out your mat. You're just going to need your body and your mat for today's session. And today's session is all about awakening and energizing the body, but with a slower, more gentle approach. We're going to be really connecting to our breath and really focusing on how these shapes feel rather than how they look. Today's flow is designed to help you find some groundedness and hopefully leave and spend the rest of your day with that more peaceful, present mindset. So when you're ready, we're going to be starting today in child's pose. So like I said, as soon as you get your mat rolled out, as soon as you get your space set up, go ahead and meet me in child's pose. So you're going to open the knees wide and bring the big toes to touch. And we always want to set up our space with intention and awareness. So even in a child's pose, this resting posture, we want to make sure we're setting up this shape so we can really explore it. So make sure the knees are about as wide as your mat and bring the hands out in front of you and just bring your forehead down and take a couple breaths here. Allowing the forehead to relax, that space right between the brow. And allow the arms to relax, allow the hips to relax, and just take a moment to get connected to your body, get connected to your breath, get connected to this physical space. And check in with how you're feeling this morning. Every day is always going to look a little different, so just check in again with the body, the breath. Notice where you feel tension, notice where you feel tight. And then with every breath, just start to soften some tension in the face, the neck, the shoulders. And gently start to just rock your head side to side, just feeling that space right in the forehead. Good, and from here start to lift your chest, lift your head. Coming up onto the fingertips, just look forward between the thumbs. And just press gently into the hands. Not a lot of tension here, but just find some energy, some activation, and then just slowly walk your hands over to the right, staying heavy through the hips. And press down and forward into your palms, allowing that left hip to sink towards the left heel. And if you feel okay here, take that left hand, place it on top of the right, and then draw that left shoulder and that left rib cage down. Breathing right into that left side body. Take an inhale and exhale. Good. Just breathe here for a moment. And then gently walk yourself back to your center. Guiding those hands over to the left side of your mat. Just pause here for a moment with the hands wide. Letting that right hip sink back. Starting to breathe into that right side body. Keep the neck relaxed, but the forehead stays lifted. Just some length through the entire backside. And then if you feel okay here, take that right hand, place it on top of your left. Just breathe again, right into that right side. Send your breath there. Take an inhale. And gently exhale. Good. Breathe here another moment. And gently walk your hands back to center. Pause. Good. From here, rising up to a tabletop position, just adjusting and bringing the knees underneath the hips and the hands underneath the shoulders. And just pause here for a moment. Once again, always setting up the shape, and I invite you to tuck the toes under here. just so you can feel a little stretch through the arches, and you're going to start to shift your hips back towards your heels. Feel that stretch through the feet, and then taking the shoulders over those wrists. And again, here we're just creating some organic movement. Taking the shoulders over the wrists, creating a bit of movement through the wrists, through the entire body. Good. Coming back to a center position, pulling the low ribs in. Just pause here. Drawing the ears over the shoulders. And again, notice if you're holding tension anywhere in the face, and just breathe. Good. From here, start to extend your left heel back behind you, bringing the heel in line with the hip. And rather than lifting the hip, try to keep the hips level with the floor. Extend your right arm forward, and you're going to keep the palm facing down so that we get into that shoulder head. So keep the palm facing down, but reach through the fingertips, and then as if you were pressing your hand down on a table, just press through that hand gently. Continue to press through your left hand as you extend through that back heel. Pause here, breathe. And release. Good. Switching sides. Take that right heel back. Set up the leg. Keeping those hips level, extending through that back heel. Keep the toes dialing down, and then reach through those left fingertips. The palm stays facing down, but we're active through the arm. So keep pushing through that right hand for stability. Keep extending through those left fingertips. Good. Activating that left shoulder, that left bicep. And then release. Beautiful. From here, take that left foot back, keeping the ball of the foot on the mat, and just press through that heel. And then pick up that foot, take a few ankle circles in one direction and the other direction. Good. From here, start to flex the foot, start to draw it over the right side of your body, and just release the ball of the foot once again. And start to look all the way over your right shoulder. Working on keeping the weight equal in the hands. Breathing again into that left side. Good. And then coming back to center, go ahead and bend that knee and point the toe. Start to pull the knee in towards the belly. We're going to keep the chest lifted and gaze forward. Start to just isolate some hip circles right through that left side. So opening that knee, spinning the leg down, and just creating some movement right through that hip socket. And it's okay if the hip doesn't lift too much. We want to work on keeping that right side nice and stable. Once again, isolating that movement, coming back to center. And extend that left heel back once again. Good. Taking that right arm forward. Once again, the palm is down. Lift through the shoulder. Pull the low belly in. Press and reach in equal but opposite directions. Take a breath in. And release. Good. Switching sides. Take that right foot, the ball of the foot, to the mat behind you. Stretching through that heel and that calf. Keep pressing through the hands. Staying aware and active. Take a breath. And then pick up that foot. Take some ankle circles in one direction. And switch directions. Once again, just awakening the body. Bringing some fresh energy to all the spaces. Good. Start to cross that foot over the left side off the mat and look all the way over your left shoulder. Good. Press through the heels. You press through the hands. Take a breath. Good. Let it go. Coming back to center. Good. Bending that knee. Start to take those hip circles now on that right side. Good. Isolating that movement once again, lifting the knee and then spinning that leg all the way down. A couple more. And just be aware of which side feels different. And then start to extend that heel back. Coming back into that spinal balance variation. Point the toes this time and lift that hand. The palm stays down. Reach through the fingertips as you point through the toes. And release. Beautiful. Keeping the toes tucked under, taking your hips to your heels. Just roll out those wrists in one direction. And switch directions. Good. Roll out the shoulders in one direction, keeping those toes tucked under. Keeping those feet energized. And switch directions. Just noticing the difference so far. Take a breath. And then coming back to a tabletop position. Once again, always setting up the hands. Setting up our foundation first. And from here, we're going to walk the feet back and come all the way down to our bellies. So bring the tops of the feet flat. Once again, setting up our foundation first, pressing through the tops of the feet, and bring your forehead down so that the ears come back in line with the shoulders. Pressing through the tops of the feet, pulling the belly button in. Squeeze your glutes and just find this little baby cobra, this little rise through the chest, keeping the hands down. Once again, not lifting the head too much, but keeping the ears in line with the shoulders, slowly awakening those back muscles, slowly release. Good. Keep the legs strong. Keep the glutes strong. Lift the chest. Sliding those shoulders down. And release. Beautiful. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Pressing yourself back through tabletop. And from here, coming into downward facing dog. So tuck those toes and start to set up this shape. Adjusting the hands and feet so that the hands come in line with the shoulders. And again, pressing down and forward into those palms, just like we did in child's pose. Allow the head and neck to relax between the shoulders. Stay lightly on the balls of the feet, staying light through the heels. You can bend the knees. Take whatever organic movement feels good here to just explore the shape for a moment. Take a couple breaths and just let them go. Pressing into the fingertips, pressing through the balls of the feet. Start to lift the heels, so really stretch up through those arches once again, and then allow the heels to be light. Good. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Not forcing them down, just letting them melt towards the mat. Inhale, lift those heels. And exhale, allow the heels to release. Start to roll forward to a plank position, taking the shoulders over the wrist. Pause here. Good, and then shift those hips up and back. Nice and light. Inhale, shift forward. And exhale, shift back. Nice and slow. Inhale, shift forward. And exhale, shift back. Good. Inhale, shift forward once again. Coming all the way down to your belly, nice and slow. Good. Tops of the feet come to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Coming into that cobra pose. Now we can lift up a little higher, continuing to draw the ears back, using the back muscles. And exhale, release. Good. 1 more time. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, lower down. Good. Pressing yourself up through your tabletop position and coming back into your downward facing dog. Just reset. Take a breath. Lift the heels. Exhale. Lower the heels. Good. From here, bend your knees and step forward towards the top of your space. And keep some lightness through the knees here. Start to bend the knees ever so slightly. Weight comes into the heels. Start to let the head be nice and heavy. And then start to interlace the arms, coming into ragdoll. And again, if the hamstrings aren't quite awake yet, just keep the knees nice and bent. Still some action through the feet, but allow the upper body to be nice and relaxed. If it feels good, you can sway gently side to side or simply stay stagnant. And then gently release your fingertips towards the ground. Open the eyes. Bring your hands to your shins and come into this halfway lift shape. This nice neutral position. Belly pulling in, keeping the weight equal in the feet. And then hands come to the hips. Go ahead and rise up to stand. Bring the arms down by your side and just take a breath. Feel the body vertical. Feel the feet underneath you. Lifting up through all 10 toes. And then spinning those palms forward. As you relax the shoulders down the back, still finding activity through the core. The core is active as we just stand tall here. Inhale, reach those arms up. Bring your palms to touch. Look up at your hands. And then exhale, bring those arms back down by your sides as you bring your chin towards your chest. Now the palms are going to face in, so those shoulders come into their neutral position. So the whole body moves together. Spin the palms, reach out to your sides, up, bring the palms to touch, look up at your hands. Good, and then spin the palms, bring chin towards your chest, arms down by your sides. Keeping the core active, maintaining that stable midline. Inhale, reach up, palms come to touch. Exhale, release, chin to chest, arms down by your sides. Beautiful. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Good, coming back up, inhale, reach those arms up, palms come to touch. Adding on here, keeping your gaze forward, just stretch to the right. Breathing back into that left rib cage. Good. Weight in the heels of the feet. Good. Running, coming back to center. Inhale. And exhale, taking over to the left. Stretch. Good. Inhale, coming back to center. Interlace your hands. Take your hands behind your head. We want to stay stable in the midline. Keeping the core active. Just start to release your head into your hands as you lift your chest. And press your hands into your head and your head into your hands. Good. Coming back to center. Start to bend your knees, keeping your hands where they are. We're going to come back into that forward fold. But you're going to close the elbows towards one another. And again, press your head into your hands and your hands into your head. And just shake the head no. Nod it yes. Just notice that difference. Good. Releasing your fingertips to the mat. Take an inhale. Take that halfway lift. And step back to your downward facing dog. Just reset. Good. Inhale. Lift the heels. And exhale. Just let the heels melt. Once again, just exploring. Checking in. Beautiful. Shifting forward to your plank. Lifting through the back of the head, get the whole body engaged here. And then slowly bring it down to your bellies, bringing the tops of the feet flat. Staying strong through the legs, strong through the glutes. Inhale, lifting up, cobra pose. And exhale, release. Good, one more time, inhale. And exhale, we reset, pressing through tabletop into your downward facing dog. Stretch. Good. Inhale, take those heels up towards the sky, pressing through the hands as you get strong through the legs, and then just let the heels melt, let the forehead melt. Soften. Good. Lift the heels. Inhale. This time bend the knees. Look between the hands, and you can walk or float gently to the top of your space. Coming back into that halfway lift, that neutral position. Let that bring you up to a standing position. Bring the palms to touch overhead. Look up at your hands. And arms come down by your sides, chin towards your chest. Good. Inhale, reach up again, palms touch. Taking that side body stretch to the right. And over to the left. Good. Coming back to center. This time, bring the hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Heels of the hands don't have to touch here. And just allow yourself to pause before you start to extend those arms. So setting it up. And if the arms are bent, that's okay. If the hands are open, that's okay. Drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Just drop your chin towards your chest ever so slightly and lift your hands till you feel some resistance. Once again, just slowly awakening the body, slowly exploring where we're at today. Good, and you can see if you can lift those hands a little higher as you start to bring the ears back over the shoulders. Notice that difference. Get the triceps involved. Pull the belly in. Stay strong here. And then release that. Reach those arms up. And just come back over the legs. Forward fold. Good. Pause. Let the head be nice and heavy. Just stretch those legs out. And then from here, take a halfway lift, finding that length, and then start to step your left foot back, coming into a lunge on this right side. Bringing your back knee down, just pause. Good, so we want to stand strong on this right foot, keeping that back knee pressing into the mat. And here you can have the toes tucked under. You can bring the top of that left foot flat, whichever is more comfortable for you. But we want to get off the fleshy part, or get off the hard part of that knee and just try to stay on this fleshy part of the knee rather than right on the kneecap. So make sure you're setting up the legs first. And then from here, start to lift the chest, allowing the hips to get heavy towards the mat. And then start to shift back just halfway. Flex that right foot, the toes point to the sky. And then shift back into that crescent lunge, lifting the heart. And then shifting back. Good, one more time. Inhale, shift forward, stand on that front foot as you lift the chest. And exhale, pull it back. Good. From here, shift forward into that right foot, pressing your left fingertips or left palm into the mat. Pick up your back knee and just find a twist here. Reach that right arm up. Continuing to stand strong on that right foot. And then bringing that right hand down to frame that right foot. Walk the left foot in just a few inches. Keeping that back heel up, start to straighten that right leg and allow the forehead to just get heavy. And you can use your hand on the shin, really engaging that quad. And then finding that lunge once again, bending that right knee, and then do that again. So just start to straighten that right leg as much as you can. Fire that quad, let your forehead melt towards the knee. And then coming back to that lunge, pause. Good, getting strong through that right foot. Bringing that left foot to meet your right. Good. From here, keeping both knees bent, coming into this chair variation. So keeping the arms forward to start, as if you were holding a yoga block. Good. Waking up those legs now. Keep the weight heavy in the heels, shifting those hips back. Working on keeping the shins vertical. Start to reach those biceps by the ears. Feel that back activate. Belly stays strong. Good. From here, just fold over the legs. Once again, forward fold. Exhale. Good. Inhale, take that halfway lift. Step your right foot back. Coming back into that lunge on the left side here. Bring the back knee down. Once again, always setting up. Setting up the foundation. And staying strong through that left foot. Good. Start to lift the chest and just take a breath. Notice what you feel. Notice the difference between each side. And then start to move. So start to shift those hips back. Flex that left foot. And then shift forward. Lift the heart. Again, moving nice and slow just to explore what you feel and where you feel it. Good. Coming back into that lunge. Moving the hips. Moving the whole body. Shift back. And shift forward. Good. One more time. Shifting back. And then we create that lunge twist. So shift forward. Stand strong on that left foot, keeping the right fingertips or palm down. Start to reach up through that left hand. And don't reach back behind you. Just reach straight up above. Taking a breath, breathing in. And then bringing that left hand down back to frame that left foot. Pause. Good. Bringing that right foot to meet the left. Oh, shoot, I forgot that stretch. Coming back. With that right foot back and the left foot pressing down and forward to that pyramid prep. This is what happens when I get in the zone. Good, so just come back into that lunge. And then straighten the leg as you let the forehead drop towards that shin. And keep that back heel up. The back heel doesn't have to be down. It just stays nice and light. We're focused on that front leg. Coming back to that lunge. Good, come back to that stretch. Press down and forward into that left foot. Good, come back to that lunge here. And now bring that right foot to meet the left. Coming back to that chair pose variation. So reach forward first. Make sure the hips stay nice and heavy. Set up those legs. Stay strong. And then start to reach those arms up, feeling those back muscles engage. Pause here. Good. Bring your palms to touch. Bring hands to heart. Take that into a twist. Bring that left elbow to the right knee. Pressing into one another. Just breathing into that right side. Once again, hips stay heavy. Good. Stay low in those hips. Come back to center. Palms pressed together. Take that twist over to the left. Elbow presses into knee. Beautiful. Coming back to center. And fold over those legs. Pause. Good. Take an inhale. Finding that halfway lift. Plant your palms. Step back to your downward facing dog. Stretch. Take a breath in. And let it go. Just check in with the body. Check in with the breath. Notice what you feel. Good. Inhale, shifting forward to plank, setting up that plank pose, and then slowly lower down all the way to your bellies. Bring the tops of the feet flat. Inhale, lifting up. Cobra pose. Explore it. And exhale, release. Beautiful. One more time. And exhale, slowly lower, tucking those toes, pressing through the hands, coming back to your downward facing dog. Just pause. Checking in. Good. From here, reach that right leg up to the sky. And just bend the knee, let the heel open, let that hip open, lifting the knee a little bit higher as you press into the hands. And then using that to take a nice wide runner's lunge here. Just pause, setting up this pose, setting up this shape. So once again, standing strong on that right foot, and you can make little adjustments through that back foot if you need, and then start to bring the back knee down. Good, lifting the heart, just allow those hips to stretch. And then start to take the palm of that right hand to the top of your right knee. Give yourself some space with that left hand, and start to twist up. Using that hand on the knee for leverage. Beautiful. And then bringing the top of that left foot flat, start to pull that left heel in towards your glute, activating that hamstring. Good. And then control that release. So bring the top of the foot flat, back to the mat. Good. Again, pull that heel in. And then slowly bring the top of the foot back to the mat. Press through the top of the foot. From here, see if you can lift that knee, stretching out the top of that foot here, really stretching through that hip. And then slowly bring that knee down. Pull the heel back in. From here, you can stay here. Start to reach that right hand back for the foot. And pull that heel in towards the glute. Lifting through the chest. Keep pressing through that left hand. Staying stable through that right side. And then the whole body moves together to dismantle, picking up that back knee. Sweep the right leg high. And release, downward facing dog. Check in. Notice the difference between the right and the left side. Beautiful work. Take that left leg high to the sky. Good. Bend the knee. Let that heel drop as you open that hip. Lift the knee higher. Press into your hands. Good, and then using your core, step wide to that runner's lunge. Pause, again, setting it up. Good, bring the back knee down. Stand strong on that left foot, and then give yourself some space. So taking that right hand out to the side, and take the left hand on top of that left knee, find a twist. Breathing into that rib cage. You can take the gaze all the way up if the neck allows. Just pause. Beautiful. And coming back to your center. Lifting the chest, feeling that stretch. Bring the top of that foot flat. And then start to pull that heel in towards the glute. Slowly release the top of the foot. Good. 2 more. Slowly release the top of the foot, feeling that hamstring engage. Pulling that heel in, and then adding on, taking that hand back to the knee, pull that heel in, find that twist, stay here, or reach back and grab that foot. Allowing that shoulder to open as you lift through the chest, keep pressing through that right hand, using the hamstring to pull the heel in rather than the foot. And then we release that left hand. Keep the top of that right foot down. Press through the top of the foot. Lift the knee. Stretch out that foot all the way into that hip flexor. And then release that. Tuck the toes. Pick up that back knee. Sweep the left leg high. Inhale. And release to your downward facing dog. Just stretch. Notice that difference. Good. Inhale. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look between the hands, and walk or float gently towards the top of your space. Once again, always moving with intention. Good. Take a halfway lift. Finding that neutral position. Let that bring you up to stand. Inhale. Reach those arms out. Palms touch. Look at your hands. Exhale. Chin to chest. Arms down by your sides. Good. Inhale. Palms touch. Keep your gaze forward. Stretch over to the right. Good. Coming back to center. Taking it over to the left. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Take the hands behind the back. Release chin to chest once again. And then explore it, bringing the tips of the shoulder blades together. Countering that by pulling the low ribs in, and then just lift your hands till you find some resistance. Notice if you've gained any space. Again, the heels of the hands don't have to touch here, but just activate those arms. Beautiful. Release that. Bring the palms to touch once again overhead, and then fold over those legs. Forward fold. Good. Take a halfway lift. And step that left foot back. Good. Pausing here. Bringing that back knee down. Good. This time we'll reach forward. We'll reach up. Squeeze that left glute as you lunge into that right foot. Good. Heart is light. Take a breath in. And bring those hands down, shifting back to that half split. Flex those right toes. Good. Now from here, just spin the toes away from you. And then spin the toes in. Again, just creating a little organic movement here. And just noticing what you feel. And then slowly shift back forward into that right foot. Pick up that back knee. Find that twist, keeping the left hand down. Reach the right arm up. Good. Bringing that right hand down once again to frame the foot. Start to pull into that pyramid prep. Keeping the back heel up. Again, press down and forward into that right foot as you let the forehead and the neck relax. Good. Coming back into that lunge. Pausing here. Good. Start to straighten that leg. Once again, fold over that front leg. And then bending that knee, getting light through that back foot. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, find that chair pose, Utkatasana, biceps by the ears. Belly pulls in. Stay low in those legs. And then folding over those legs. Stretch it out. Take that halfway lift. And step your right foot back, lunge. On this left side, bringing the back knee down, setting up those legs first. Stay strong. Through the legs, through the core, and then inhale, reach those arms up. Just find a nice soft gaze here. Steady breath. Inhale. And just pause as you exhale. Beautiful. Bringing those hands to frame the foot. Shift your hips back. Flex that left foot. And then again, spinning the toes away. Spinning the toes in. And just noticing once again what you feel and where you feel it. Just checking in with the body. Staying connected to this physical space. Beautiful. And then shifting back forward, keeping that right hand down. Find that twist, breathing into that left side. And that left hand comes down, framing that foot, coming into that pyramid pose. Again, back heel is light, left leg strong, forehead heavy. Beautiful. Bending that left knee, getting light through that back foot. Step your right foot to meet your left. Good. Inhale, chair pose. Pause here. Bring palms to touch. Take that twist to the right. Pressing knee and elbow into one another. And then inhale, coming back to center. Stay heavy through those hips. Take it to the left. Pause. Good. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, folding over those legs. Let it go. Beautiful. Take that halfway lift. And step back to your downward facing dog. Just pause, reset, check in. So good. Good. Shifting forward to your plank position and coming all the way down to your belly. Good. Bring the tops of your feet flat. From here, you're going to take that left arm out and you're going to bring the left fingertips in line with the shoulder. Take your left shoulder down to the mat. Take your gaze to the right. And start to take that right foot up and over so that you're standing on this right foot. You want that foot to be close to the mat so that you're able to stand on it. And then allow your left head to release. Pressing through that left hand. And then you can let that right knee start to drop open if that feels okay in your low back. Just pause here, breathe. And then coming back to center. Once again, setting it up. Take that right hand out in line with the shoulder. Make sure that right shoulder stays glued to the mat. Looking to your left, take that left leg over. But be intentional about it. Staying heavy through the hips, standing on that left foot, using that left hand for support. And then really just breathing into that right side body. Good. Once again, just checking in, absorbing everything we did today. Coming back to center slowly. Once you feel balanced, bringing the fingertips out to the sides, tent your fingertips, and just lift the chest. Take your feet wide, press through the tops of the feet, and slowly lower. Good. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale 1 more time. And exhale. Good. From here, just bring the forearms right underneath you. Windshield wiper those legs back and forth. Bring your forehead down to your hands. Whatever feels more comfortable. And then as you're ready, pressing yourself back to your child's pose. Open the knees wide. Bring your hips to your heels and your arms out in front of you. And here I invite you to flip your palms to the sky. Bring your pinkies to touch and just bring your forehead to the mat. Take a few breaths. Beautiful work. Slowly rising up from here, just shifting your hips to one side, extending those legs out in front of you. And just gently come onto your back, pulling the knees into the chest, cactusing the arms, and just pause, noticing what you feel. Giving your weight to the mat, dropping your knees over to the right, just look to your left. And using your core, pulling those knees back into your chest, drop them to the left as you look to your right. Again, just noticing the differences from when we first began to now. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to center. Wrap your arms around your shins. Bring your forehead to your knees. Just curl into this ball. And then take the soles of the feet together as you let the knees open. Bring your hands to your belly or your heart. Take your hands to your side, whatever's comfortable, but I want you to just find your breath here for just a moment. We're not here very long, so I invite you to just spend this time absorbing this energy, absorbing this space, absorbing everything that you created. This fluid breath, this sense of calm and peace. You get to take this with you. You get to take it with you into the rest of your day. Wherever you are. Beautiful. From here, you can use your hands to gently close the knees, pulling the knees back in towards your chest. And then just take a full body stretch. Reaching the arms overhead, point the toes, take up all that space we've created. And then slowly pulling the knees in, making your way over onto one side, and pressing yourself up to a seat with the legs crossed or on your knees, whatever's most comfortable for you. And just roll those shoulders out one last time. And bring your hands together in front of your heart as you're ready. And just pause here for another moment, noticing all the differences. Once again, keeping this space with you, keeping this energy with you. Bow your chin to your chest, giving yourself that salute, that honor, that grace for showing up, for taking the time. And bringing your thumbs to your forehead, just lift the gaze, and here we just find that space of gratitude for this space, for our practice, for our bodies, and for whatever it is we're grateful for. And keep this with you, take it with you off the mat into the rest of your day. With that gratitude, we bow to this space, to this practice. Thank you so much. Much love. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that felt good for you and your bodies. I can't wait to see you for our next live session. Please enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you soon. Ciao.